What's going on, guys? Any good movies coming out this week? Yeah, it's Star Wars week, and we are bringing you a review. Now, hold on. We're not gonna have any spoilers, because guess what? I haven't seen the movie yet. But we have 3 dudes here who've seen it, they're ready to talk about it, and let you know what they thought spoiler-free review. First, you know him, you love him. He's the movie fights champ, Dan Murrell. And he's the pit boss, Ken Napzok. And you know him, you love him, the host of Movie Fights, Andy Signore. So guys, you all saw the movie. You saw it before most people in the free world.
Can I just say that was the hardest thing for me, is like having to see the movie and then not react?
Yeah, even
because even reactions sort of spoil for
yeah,
people.
I've been seeing you around the office and you're like...
Emotions are spoilers, and we've had to hide in dark corners of the offices around Screen Junkies here to kind of...
So should be clear, we're not spoiling the movie, but we are reacting and emotioning. We're going to reveal our emotions about the movie. So if that's a spoiler to you, check out now and come back after you see it.
Good to know. That is established. Guys, is it any good? Did you like it?
Yes. Absolutely.
Absolutely emotionally satisfied.
Wow.
Anyone who doesn't like it, I'm going to go on record, is an a-hole. It's so well made and fun, and it's not a perfect movie, but what movies ever are these days?
Yeah.
I just want to distinguish this because that's the exact same review that Andy gave Jurassic World. And this is not,
okay, and that is a bone of contention between you two.
Yes, exactly.
I will go on record, Dan. This was better than Jurassic World.
Thank you. Here's where I'll make the distinction. This movie is not empty spectacle. There's heart. There is soul in this movie, there is craftsmanship, there is love behind it, and the thing that excites me the most about it is the characters. And I'm not talking about the ones we know, I'm talking about the ones that we meet in this movie.
So hearing that, it makes me ask, is the magic back?
Absolutely. There's energy, there's humor. It adds to the myth of Star Wars, but also creates a lot of questions. And when the movie ends, like, I'm dying to see 8, but I'm also so excited to go back and see this again and again and again. There's layers, there's fun stuff. I think it's the funniest Star Wars film.
Totally. It's not like a comedy, but there are moments where you laugh. Like, it's
very
really
cool.
well.
That's why I tie it to Empire and the humor. The humor in Empire came out of the characters, and the humor in this, for the most part, comes from the characters and the performances, and it's all organic.
Let's talk about the new characters. I loved them all, to be perfectly honest. Poe Dameron, amazing, and there's a scene in the beginning where he confronts someone, and you're just on the edge of your seat, the tension.
This is Oscar Isaac.
Yes, and they break it with a joke, and it just immediately you know what you're in for, and I was just like, yes, this is going to be good.
Nice.
Oscar Isaac did a great job, and that scene alone completely set the tone for the movie. I got what they were going for, both the serious and the humor, the dark and the light, as it were.
Daisy Ridley's character.
I think the standout of the movie.
She's a superstar. Plucked from obscurity and put into this lead role, she is amazing, a revelation, and a world clamoring for strong female characters. We just got one of the best of all time.
So cool to hear.
And my favorite part of the movie really, but particularly her character is, and the thing that I've complimented the marketing on, is not giving everything away.
Yeah.
And her in particular, the journey that we take with her character is the best part of the movie.
And what about John Boyega? Any specific thoughts about
He's very funny.
He's very funny. He brings a lot of energy. You can tell he enjoyed being there, and I said that in a very good way. It wasn't distracting, like, oh, that guy's just happy he's in Star Wars. No, he brought something to it. His character was a little different. It went a different direction than I thought they were going to take it.
Yeah.
But he nailed it, man. He was great too.
There's not one character in this movie that I was like, I'm kind of on the fence about this one. I don't know. Every new character they introduced in this movie, I'm like, love it.
As a fan and as someone who hasn't seen it yet, I have a couple things I'm curious about.
Sure.
One of the things we all love about Star Wars are its classic portrayals of good and evil. That good versus evil. Do we have that in this?
Yes. But I'll tell you what, I think they play very well with what a villain is, and they add some layers to it. Some people might end up having some problems with it. I think that kind of review of that is a little wrong. I think they really did a good job bringing a new type of villain to Star Wars. But good and evil is definitely present.
What they've done, I think, with this movie is introduce a great villain and a complicated villain, and one that is going to have repercussions for movies to come. Kylo Ren is a really, beyond being a villain, he's a great character.
So, remaining spoiler-free, here's a question that I'm going to tiptoe around.
Oh boy.
But were you satisfied with Luke?
Yes.
I was absolutely satisfied. I think they made a brave decision that I loved.
I'm going to say no.
Oh, okay.
But I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna that's the one I'm going to be the dark side on.
Yeah.
You know what I can go into who I was satisfied with, though?
Yes.
Harrison Ford.
Yes.
He was one of my big worries going into it because Indiana Jones, he was old man Harrison Ford, kind of grumbling his way through that part. It's Han Solo. He's not forgotten how to play that part.
But he's older.
He's older. He's older Han Solo, but he's not Harrison Ford pretending to play Han Solo.
Yeah.
It's Han Solo.
And it is definitely a connective thread between New Hope and Force Awakens. It's the same Solo.
And the other one I was worried about was Leia. But when Leia shows up, I was 100% sold, 100% on board. And they do it in such a way that you're like, all right, these aren't being shoehorned in.
There was no point that I felt the nostalgia was over the top or forced.
I felt they were too cute by about maybe 10 to 20% as far as just like throwbacks and intentional nods. I thought there could have been a little bit less of it, but it wasn't over
distracting
the top.
for me.
It wasn't distractingly over the top.
We've really kissed this movie's butt a lot, and maybe well earned. But any negatives?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything you want to hit?
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
If you're building this up in your mind to be a transcendent, flawless movie-going experience, and you won't accept anything less, then you are going to be disappointed. But guess what? Maybe 20 movies ever are that. So yes, it has flaws, but at the end, you know, you just have to weigh that negative to positive.
There was nothing in this movie that took you out of the movie. Yeah, is it kind of a cover song at times of some other Star Wars stuff? Yeah, but that's kind of what we want out of a Star Wars movie.
Well, and I think that it is a bit overstuffed because JJ's trying to pack 30 years into this movie.
Yeah.
And so I think that there are some things going on where you're like, wait, what's happening? You kind of wish you knew more about that. But like Ken said, we can learn about these in later movies.
Yeah, and I liked that they didn't hit us over the head with some of that backstory.
Exactly.
Because they tell you enough, and then there is some exposition points, but you have to have
Any
it.
midichlorians?
No midichlorians. Okay. I think some of the secondary characters got a little bit of short shrift.
Yeah.
Again, they'll have more movies maybe to take a better stage. And there were a couple of beats that I wish had been allowed to linger a little bit longer. A couple of events that I wish we could have, you know, kind of settled down a little more to take in. But having said that, I mean, first time in my lifetime, I walked out of a movie theater excited about Star Wars.
That's pretty damn good.
I can't really tank the movie based on a few minor complaints that I have.
Did you ever check your clock during the movie?
They took away our phones, so
They took our phones away, so we couldn't.
But mentally, there was never a point where I was like, just get to the next scene, or I hope we get to the end of this movie. Or I was along for the ride every time. And when you kind of sensed the end was coming, I could have been happy with 10 more minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, I was going to say, if there was any clock checking on my point, it would have been like, is this going to be over soon? Because I don't want it to be.
If I'd walked out of the theater, turned left, and episode 8 was playing, I would have gone right in.
Oh, man, that sounds great. Guys, final thoughts.
To me, it succeeded. It awoken the Star Wars kid in me, and I am ecstatic for more.
This movie had amazing expectations and pressure. It was almost immeasurable, and I think it measured up to it. The people who made this movie delivered. Is it perfect? No, I didn't need to be. It was emotionally satisfying.
Nice.
When the prequels came out, every time that I would try to like it, I would think about 5 things that were wrong with it. In this movie, every time I remember something wrong with it, I think about 5 things that I loved about it. So yes, is it perfect? No, but I am excited once again about Star Wars, and I cannot wait to go back to a galaxy far, far away.
Well, guys, I cannot wait to travel to that galaxy far, far away. How excited are you? And did you see the movie yet? What'd you think? Let us know, but leave your spoilers somewhere else. By the way, on Screen Junkies Universe next week, there will be a full discussion, including some spoilers. So tune in for that if you want to check out that kind of action. I got to thank this panel for sharing some wonderful news. Star Wars is good. We're back, baby. We're back.
We're home.
We're home. Dan Murrell, Ken Knapsack, Andy Signore. Oh.
Let's do the fight.
Yes.
Boom.
Triple lightsaber battle. Will I survive? Thank you for watching. I'm Hal Rudnick. Hit me up on Twitter. Bye-bye. Fate of the galaxy hangs in the balance. Get me very serious.
I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to rescue you. I'm here to rescue you.
I can barely understand what you're saying.